Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Please. Yeah. Good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good
Okay.
evening.
So, I want to test our mics to see whether from your end you can hear me, since we are all not at one point. Please, if you're having any difficulty in hearing us from where you are, please let us know. Kindly let us know, and we will see what we can do about that. But largely, if you can hear me from your end, it means that I'm clear to you, and then you can also hear me from your end. I welcome you once again to today's program. My name is Engineer Ibe Kujo, or you can call me Ibe. My name is Ibe Kujo. I'm the managing director for Royale Limited, and this is part of the series of workshops or seminars which we are holding for the student fraternity. And please, before that, I would like you to mute your mic. There's going to be interactive sessions, okay, where you can ask the facilitator the question. But in the meantime, let's try to control our mics. If you are, let me see what I can do at this point as the host. Okay, so please try as much as you can to mute your mic as you enter. Okay, that makes the work a bit easier, so that we don't hear from your background.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yes, great. So thank you for thanks for that. Okay, so without wasting much time, I would like to move straight to today's agenda, today's reason why we are here. And as I said, okay, so I've turned on my video. Okay, great. So okay, great. Okay, yeah. So as I was saying, this program that we are having now or holding now forms part of, of the broader seminars or workshops which we seek to do to help the students' body. In fact, our main program or our main mission, as the students know already, or as we have with the institutions which we have, is that there is always the mismatch between the graduates that are churned out, from our country's universities or institutions, and then available jobs. So we, Cab Royale and Autodex, we found, we saw this thing and we tried to bridge that gap by giving the students that skills part and then also the technology that will also enable them to be industry ready. So currently, we have about 4 universities which we are partnered with. We are Takade Technical University, of which I know we have a host of them here. We also have Central University, of which also know we have some delegates from there also. We also have Master Technical University and then Cape Coast Technical University. So you are all welcome, okay? You are all welcome. And as I said, you've all subscribed to the Autodesk Academic Partnership Program, which we have. And the beautiful thing is that when all the things that we do for the professionals out there, when we come to the school, because of the partnership which we have with the schools, the cost aspect is gone. The students only pay for the certification, which is good, which is so real. Let me just zoom down to today's program so that we can carry on from there. On our program now, we have, in fact, this program is not only hosted by Caboya, but we are doing this in collaboration with the Institution of Engineering and Technology. We have the president of Institution of Engineering and Technology. I mean, on the platform now, he's in here. He's one of our special guests. In fact, the president of Institution of Engineering and Technology, which is an engineering professional body, he's going to have his turn to also give you that brief on that. But I want all the students to listen with pop ears, okay? Because they are going to open your minds up to a lot of things. As I said, we are going to link you up. We're going to link the students up with industry, with professional bodies, so that you build up whilst you are in school. I mean, you'll be equipped whilst you're in school, so that when you come out of school, you are ready for the industry. So we have the president of the Institution of Engineering and Technology. I will introduce him soon. He's going to chair today's occasion. We also have the vice, also, which I'm also going to introduce him to you. Our facilitator, who is going to be the main speaker of this program, is also on, which also at the appropriate time, he will also be introduced to you. So we've also sent some invitation to the deans of some of the, of some of the institutions. So as and when we locate them, we will introduce them to you as we move on. Okay. So guys, so students that that are signed up for it, please, you are in here in the midst of engineers. Okay, you are in here in the midst of professionals. So feel at home, feel comfortable. You are going to be, your value is just going to be shot up. So let me just move straight to the various introductions so that they can take it up from there. As part of the program, we are going to give engineer. Okay, so let me first introduce him first before I will tell you what it's going to be. So we have the chair for today's program, who is in the person of Engineer Atasono. He is the president of the Institution of Engineering and Technology. He's our president. Please, sir, if you can turn your video on, your video and then give us a wave with a hi, then we get you on. Okay, so I think he has to unmute his mic first, but whilst we pick on him up, we also have the vice president of hello? Okay, I thought I've gotten him. Okay, so we also have the vice president of the Institution of Engineering and Technology, who happen also to be the president. Oh, okay, so president, you're on now. Okay, great.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here now.
Okay, thank you for handling our invitation and then teaming up with us. So as I said, we also have Engineer Henry, who is also the vice president of the Institution of Engineering and Technology, and also the chairman of the Southern Sector. He will also come in, and then also we have Engineer Surveyor Dr. Kuma Jamal. He's going to be the main speaker for today's program. So please, Engineer Henry Boateng, please, if you can turn the mic on and then take over from here, please. Okay, so I'm introducing. Okay, so I've introduced to you Engineer Henry Boateng, who is the vice president of the Institute of Engineering Technology. So please, sir, if your mic could be on, so you take it out from here.
Thank you. Thank you, Abel.
Yes,
for your wonderful introduction.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we also have on the platform the Institution of Engineering and Technology acting executive secretary, Engineer Emmanuel Donko. He's also on the platform.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a collaboration program between Institution of Engineering and Technology and Cap Royale. We want to introduce this institution to the engineering students to know that we have two engineering bodies currently in Ghana by the Act, Engineering Council Act, and the LI, which establishes the Engineering Council. The two engineering license body are Ghana Institute of Engineering and Institution of Engineering and Technology. I will not talk much about it, but I will introduce my president, who is going to brief you about the activities of engineering, Institute of Engineering and Technology, Ghana, and the membership, and the ladder, professional ladder that compose the membership of this professional body. So at this juncture, I would like to introduce to you the president of the institution, who is Engineer Atta. No, he's also a fellow, and he chairs the council. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Engineer Henry Kwejobuating. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this program. As people who are in engineering and people who are practicing engineering, continuous development is key for our benefit. It helps us to be able to sharpen our skills a lot more better, so that we know what is happening around us in the field of engineering and technology, so we are able to deliver as required of us. And so these kind of seminars and programs are very key for us. Because most of you are students, we want to encourage you to take very much advantage of such programs. IET, as Engineer Boatin said, IET is one of two licensed engineering professional bodies in the country, licensed by the Engineering Council of Ghana. And you would probably want to know that under the law, as it pertains now, the Engineering Council Act and the engineering regulations as passed by Parliament last year, every practitioner of engineering is supposed to belong to a professional body. Every practitioner is supposed to belong to a professional body. Everyone who deals or treats in engineering, anything engineering or technology, is supposed to belong to a professional body. And there are two of such bodies, one of which is IET. We are excited that you have joined our training program, and we want you to take full advantage. We want you to partner with us, learn as much as you can learn, and then hopefully when you are out of the university or the polytechnic, be able to take full advantage of our membership, so that you can upgrade yourself over time and develop fully as an engineering practitioner. In the institution, we have four categories of practitioners. We have the professional.
That's a 7. THIRT1.
Please, it looks like your mic is.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think we have you now. Your mic went off.
Oh, at what point did it go off, please?
Okay, so it was when you started talking about the various categories or levels that we have.
Okay, so I'll go back a second. So we have four categories: professional engineer, professional engineering technologist, engineering technician, and engineering craftsman. Now people join into these categories, and then they move up the ladder and hopefully rise to the very top, most likely being the fellow, professional engineer fellow. Now we will want everybody to encourage everybody to aim for the very highest level through these professional development programs that we organize from time to time. Since you are student members, I mean, I'm referring to the students. Since you are students, we have a program we are rolling out for you, where we would enroll you into the institution as student members. Our constitution allows that, and we would enroll you as student members. You would we will not be charging you in terms of dues and subscription, but you will only be you only pay processing fees to enable us issue you with ID cards, and then we'll continue giving you seminars, symposiums, and all of that until you graduate, and then you would be offloaded from student membership to the appropriate category, depending on the kind of program you are undertaking and what level you are using to enter the institution. For now, I don't want to spend too much time. We are here to learn. And so I would want to summarize or to conclude and indicate that we are excited to have you on board. Take full advantage of our of the partnership you have with us as students, and ensure that by the time you graduate, you'll not just be graduating with a certificate from your university, but you'll be graduating with a certificate in addition to all the other academic curriculum programs, so that you'll be better off to go out there and practice fully as an engineering practitioner. Thank you so much. I believe I hand over back to Engineer Boating. I don't know what, maybe Abel.
Yes, please. Yeah, so Engineer Boating, you take over, please.
Okay, thank you, Abel. Thank you, President, for your short delivery. We are very much appreciative. I will introduce to you the facilitator for this seminar. It's only our institution that you get an engineer who is also a surveyor. We have them in our institution, and it's only our institution that you get such professionals. So I'll introduce to you Engineer Surveyor Dr. Jamra. He is going to do the delivery. He's such a wonderful person, engineering practitioner, also a surveyor who has a lot of papers in his credit. He's such a wonderful man, and you are going to enjoy this seminar. So Engineer Surveyor Dr. Jamna, I hand over to you to take the floor.
Thank you very much. And thank you also for the compliment. And I would like to say that the students also want to have to thank you for this wonderful work you are doing for them. Yeah, it is my always pleasure to meet people who want to learn or who are learning, so that together we can create ideas, we can jojo, and we can see if we can solve the problems of this country together. The country cannot be built by lawyers. The country cannot be built by accountants. The country cannot be built by human resource, by administrators. It is only the engineers and technologists who can build the nation. So if we learn and we come together, I think we can do well to make sure that this country is moved on. And I also want to say that when it comes to political affairs, engineers must speak like engineers. And we don't need to do whatever it is as sociology people or the social class are doing. Always be having an engineering mind. As an engineer and a project management practitioner, I'm always interested to talk about project management. And a project is actually the backbone of this country. Without project, there wouldn't be money for the accountant and the finance people to manage. Without project, there wouldn't be economic any activity. everything you see is about project. Everything you see is about engineering. The aircraft, the construction, whatever is engineering. So we are in a good place and we are good to go. And so I would like to say that I'm happy to have you around me on the social media. And I think that together we can share the knowledge together. I am going to say that I'm not going to teach, but I'm going to lead in a discussion so that everybody will have, a view of it. I don't know my time, whether I'm supposed to do 1 hour or 2 hours or 30 minutes. The organizer.
Yes, please. So
I think 1 hour will do.
yes, 1 hour is fine.
So I'll touch on some few points at the appropriate time. We can do more.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. So it's about project planning and evaluation or implementation. And as has been said already, I am Engineer Dr. Jamra from UCC School of Agri. I'm also the CEO for JAM Group of Companies located in Cape Coast. Now, can I share my screen?
Yes, please. So what will happen is that I have to make you the host. Then, okay, please try to see if you can share. I think you have that. I think one more person can share, so you can share your screen. So please try. If it doesn't work, then I'll make you the host.
It's not working.
It's not working. Okay. Then I'm making you the host right now. So 1 second, please. Great. Okay, so I think I've done that. So.
All right, thank you very much. And I'm now a facilitator and a host. Yeah, I'll give you over there. I'll give you a position right now. Don't worry. Yeah. So at this moment, we are going to learn something small about and we have to understand the 9 knowledge areas. Yeah, we'll learn project management and the qualities of effective project manager. And I think I'll end at the 9 knowledge areas or the phase of project management. After that, next time we can continue. So the very first question that we need to ask is, what is a project? So I would like to say that project is a temporary and specific activity that has the beginning and that has an end. So if you have any projects or if you have any task or activity that is specific and that has the uniqueness and that has the start time and the end time, it's a simple. Then it's like please, somebody's children is somebody's children are talking. If that person can mute it. Christiana Tando, please check your stuff. Yeah. Then we can say that even taking our bath in the morning is a project because it has a start and that's an ending time. We can also say that going to the market is a project because you have to know when you are starting and when you are ending. We can also say that even this work that we are doing is a project because the organizer has to know the start and the end time when do so many things. So that's the project. A project is temporary. The temporary means there can be continuous project without finishing. But if you see this country, many projects are still on hold because they don't even know that they didn't even know the end time of the project. That's why we can have so many projects sitting. They don't have a project charter because they see that that project is political. Yes. So in simple terms, anything that you are doing that you know you are going to finish is a project. And for that matter, you must set yourself the target of finishing. If you don't meet the target of finishing, then it is a failure. So we are saying that the project success criteria, before you can say that this project is successful, it means that the project was finished on time, it started on time, finished on time, within the budget of which it has been assigned, and within the purpose for which it is to provide. So if you see, when you go to Accra, most of the road networks are not finished because we don't even have where to cross as pedestrians. So as engineers coming up, when you are designing something, you should know that it is for fit for purpose. The fit for purposeness is very, very important. If it's not fit for purpose and the purpose is not achieved, then it cannot be a project. Then let's talk about project management. Project management has to do with application of knowledge, the knowledge that you are acquiring now, the skills that you develop, tools that has been established, and techniques to project activity, okay, to project activities to meet project requirements. So if you apply the knowledge, if you apply the skills, if you apply the tools to establish activity to meet the requirement, then you are saying that you are a project manager. So the knowledge is what my dear students are now acquiring. All of you be sitting in the same classroom, but each of you be having different skills. You'll be developing different skills and talents. And your ability to develop new skills will help you to survive in this new era. Then the ability to acquire tools that are necessary will help you. Students, as I said, can be acquiring some simple tools like handheld GPS, simple tools that you can be used to initiate some achievement. Handheld GPS, you can get some at least 1,000 cities. And some of you can handle that. But many of us will go out, chill, buy shawarma, booze, and come and sleep without thinking about our tools, without thinking about developing a skill. Because I think having gotten the knowledge, if you don't develop a skill and you don't acquire a tool, you become useless in the society. So you could see some engineer who is still at home without getting any work to do. It means that he only acquired the knowledge from the school and he did not acquire any skill. The skills can be acquired by serious practicing and learning behind what your teachers or what your lecturers have been teaching you. Then specific techniques. Recently, I was given the opportunity to employ master degree holders for reputable positions. So when they come, I ask them, what is your unique technique? We know that you have acquired the knowledge. Tell me your technique that makes you advantageous over the others. If you bring your CV and the same master's, everybody has bought a CV, master's, but what makes you unique from others? And somebody will say that, oh, I'm going ahead to do extra degree, or I'm going ahead to learn extra profession. Yes, so the extra people will now be given the extra attention and they'll be recruited into the extra positions. But if you are not having any technique, you don't have any specific skill, what can you do? Even in teaching, let your teaching be unique. Even in when you are doing internship, be unique there. You should always be unique in wherever you go. And that means that you are becoming a project manager. Project manager simply is somebody who is well organized by himself and can take everything seriously. So whatever you are doing you are saying that you should be able to meet the project requirement, which is very, very important. I always cite this example in my project management lecture, that there were an issue to a certain village, and it was decided by the chiefs and the kingmen that where the women go to fetch water is too far. And for that matter, they are going to establish borehole for them. So the requirement is that they are going to satisfy the women by not going far to fetch water. They did not consider the women themselves. They did not consider their stakeholders. So yes, they started. They use their knowledge and their technique to dig a borehole, and the water came. But the question is that, was it to the requirement of the community or the women who go to fetch water? Now, after borehole day 1, day 2, 1 week has come, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, no single woman is fetching water there. Why? The chief made summon all of them with a gong. They came and they said, Nana, we have not asked you to give us borehole in town. Well, anytime we are going, that's the time we can talk and we become satisfied. Because when we are home, you may bully us too much. So when we are going to fetch water, we would like to walk plenty. And you know what? They will be gossiping about their husbands and their children. So the project was established though, but it wasn't successful. Why? Because it did not meet the project requirement. Okay? So many a times, the meeting the project requirement is very, very important. And that's why most of the government, they feel they want to do something for the nation. Is it what the nation wants? If you have a listening ear, you should be able to be a good project manager. Now, project manager or project management also means following the 9 knowledge areas of project management. And I think when we get there, that's where we'll end. Quickly, let me rise to the reason why projects fail. Why projects fail? If you fail in your class, if you do something you're not successful, if you alone, dear, every time, hey, me alone, it means that it's a poor project and program management discipline. You don't discipline yourself. Project need discipline. At times, the going become tough. And when the going become tough, you have to move on. But if you are disappointed, small time, let me, the client, no. Lack of executive support. If you are doing something, before you start something, you have to make sure that you can get executive support. Here, I want to tell you, and that many people, or most of the people who normally put up big mansion, before you are aware, they don't consider the executive support level in terms of their financial support, their inflow. So before they are aware, as a civil servant, you go and stay in the house after retirement with a stroke. At times, before you are aware, the person will die before the house is completed. And that's why you can see a lot of houses available, and you see that the owners are died and they are not able to complete because they didn't consider the level of support in terms of their finances, and they decided to put up things. Many of us too, we say that our leaders don't support us because when we are discussing or when we want to initiate something, we don't consider the executive level support, which is very key. Once you under somebody, you must get that person's support. Also, the third one is no linkages to the business strategy. You have a business, but there's no strategy you are using. It's normal, the normal business. If it's normal business as usual, then you make success as usual. But if you link your business to a strategy, you can be okay in life. I started my small company, JAM group of companies, with my national service money. National service money. That is 2,000. So when they gave me the national service allowance, I used that to begin. I didn't have anything because I was using a strategy, trying to link up with people, going to people who need their land to be surveyed, trying to tell them why I can do, what I can do, and why they should give the job to me. And now, to the God of the Lord, before I say, Jack, the jobs are coming. The jobs are coming. So what is your strategy are you going to use? All of you are electrical engineers, yes. What strategy are you going to use? You can even use a strategy by getting yourself well equipped in terms of gear. Anytime you're going to work, you wear something to show that you're an engineer. And somebody knows that, oh, this guy is good. So link your business to a strategy. Now, don't go the normal thing. Don't go the normal. Don't follow the business. Please, somebody making noise. Yeah. So that is it. And also, if you have wrong team members, you are not going to succeed. So it is not by using your father-in-law or mother-in-law, your brother or your sister or your sibling for business. Use the one with the skill. Use the one with the knowledge. Use the one with discipline, and you're going to succeed. I had the company in Takwa, my branch in Takwa. Okay, then when I left it with my partner there, when I managed the company for some time, and I was actually impressed with the inflow. And the guy said, "Oh, should be with him, he can manage, So I didn't want any trouble. I left the company for him over there, and in no cost time, less than a year, the company collapsed. The branch collapsed because he did not link the business with a strategy. All the women in the office. And that was not work. So use a good strategy. Now, people who fail in projects, there's no measure for evaluating the success of the project. Please, the noise, if the person can help me. Yeah. And no risk management. They don't manage their risk well. Now, they don't want to manage change. Any change that comes, wait. And everybody will tell you that every successful businessman, if you beat him, he will tell you the ordeal he has gone through. Somebody may go to that ordeal and say, I've marked up, I've raised up my hand. Somebody says, okay, let me see how I can manage my change. Now I am training surveyors, and people are saying that I am spoiling the business because why am I training so many people? Then how am I going to get work to do? I said, no, train, but let your work be unique. At least when the client sees you, yours is unique. And even the way you talk to clients, even the way your office is, even the way you dress, even the way you spray yourself with the perfume, people will then come to you. You have to be able to manage the change. The COVID has come. People are struggling quickly. Instead of thinking about the problem, see how you can change and make sure that things are okay. And take risk. If you don't take risk, you're not going to succeed in the project. Now, as I said earlier on, we can say that a project is successful if that project has these qualities. The first quality is that the project is completed on time. Then, second, the project is on budget. You don't have to begin something. That is what is difficult for me to do with my clients. That I'll begin the project, I'll charge you 1 cedi, and then I'll come and say that, oh, the 1 cedi that I charge, and there's this, so therefore that you have to ask. No, you should be able to prepare a good budget, not exorbitant budget, not under budget. When it comes to appropriate time, I'll teach you budgeting and project management. Then the project might meet the goals that has been agreed upon. A goal that has been agreed upon. There's a simple project that is very interesting to say. There was a couple, and the woman went behind the husband and cheated on the husband, and the woman was caught. So it was like, we are now going to separate the marriage, the whatever it is. So the chief over there said, oh, I'm going to use this as a project. I'll make sure that I bring the two of you together as a project. Then I know that I have done well. Because when you're able to finish a project well, you knock your chest. Oh, wow, this is great. When a project is commissioned and is going to, when they are, after catching the sword, and when they are actually opening the project, you see that the engineer become the sword, the head become big, or whoever is in charge is heavy, because yeah, it knocks your chest. So the chief, I'm going to knock my chest, that I'll be able to merge these two relationships. The money, or he has some affiliation with the government or whatever it is, his projects are not good, but he say, oh, because of this, they are going to accept it. So what happened was that he said he's going to demand only one thing from the woman. And he was going to demand a cup. Do you know cup? A drinking cup from the woman. So the woman said, oh, say a drinking cup, but there is nothing. Let me go and buy it. Immediately the cup was given to the man. So the chief said, I've done well. I've been able to achieve these projects. So they went to their house, slept. The next day, the man called the wife. I go see her. He said, Mira.
Mira,
I go see her, Mira. The cup now. Hello. Somebody is making a lot of noise. So, cup now. Okoboy your mind. No, auto the compensative, you know. Then in the afternoon, the man will call the woman again. I go here. Bring the cup that you fornicated, you bought for me, so that I can use it to drink water. So I sat him for 3 or 4 times, and the woman said, look, I know that you have not resolved this matter. Because what happened? The goal has not been agreed upon. It was agreed per personality. So as engineers, as people who are coming out to big men, when it's time for project, let us speak the truth. Let us hear the people, their own feeling, their own willing, so that we don't impose our paint on their colors. Now, there's something that I want us to talk about. That is the iron triangle. Then we have, if you have the scope, that's the features of the project. If you have if it is finished on time, if it is highly resourced, then we have a quality project. So a quality project is an iron project, and that quality project should be well resourced, well and so when we ask to pick any two of these, either you want the project to be fast and cheap, or the project to be cheap and good, or the project to be good and fast. If I ask somebody to pick it, what will you pick? Is anybody here? I can see Frederick, Dagbe, the Nelson, and Co. Who can tell me? If I ask you to pick any of this project, if you want, if I say, okay, pick any 2 of it, do you want your project to be fast and cheap, or cheap and good, or good and fast? What would you say? Can somebody help out?
Fast and good. Fast and good.
Good and fast.
Good and fast.
Fast, good. Of course, fast and good. Fast and good.
Fast and good.
Fast
and good.
Oh yeah, fast and good.
Fast and good.
And not
Fast and good.
Cheap and fast and cheap. Cheap and good.
Cheap and good.
Then good and fast for what?
Fast and
Fast
good.
and good.
Okay, now,
Cheap and good.
It has to
so
be
you
cheap
don't
and good.
It's fast and good.
Cheap and good.
Fast and good.
Fast and good.
it's going to be your personal assignment, okay? Now, when you are in a construction business, let's get to building construction, and somebody say, "Oh, this a door is very expensive." Then you have to ask the person, "Is the door good and cheap, or good and fast, or the best?" That's why in engineering, we don't just talk about cost. Before you talk about cost, you talk about the quality. If you don't talk about the quality, you have to keep quiet. Because in a church, they say, "We are going to sew coil rope." Then, yeah, go in for what do you call it? Bills, and let's see the one that is cheap. The one that is cheap. If you fall on cheap things are very expensive. So me, I always tell people, I'm not a rich man, but I'm a brave man. I have to make sure that whatever I'm having is quality, is good. I don't like cheap things in my life, because cheap things can land you in so many troubles. In most of our institutions, they pick the person with the cheap or the small education, and that person does study works, and we complain, of course. So go ahead and be thinking whether you want cheap or fast and good. It's assignment individually. Now, what is a project manager? Or who is a project manager? Nowadays, the air is blowing. Now every institution is looking for a project manager. Every institution is looking for a project manager. Formerly, it is only the civil engineer or the director of the development who is always managing projects. But now, we'll be able to talk for people to know that, look, there should be a project manager to every specific project. And now you see that mostly people are looking for project managers, and the universities have started. Ultimately, the project manager is ultimately responsible for the project success. So me, if I am a project coordinator and the project is not successful, the project manager must go home. He is somebody who should be able to plan and act. He's somebody who should be able to focus on the project end. If you don't focus on the end of the project, then you're not a good project manager. As you sit here, my brothers and sisters, you should be able to focus on the end of your life. I was telling my master degree students that, look, start thinking about your pension. You think about your pension now, you will be caught wanted, you will be caught stranded along the way. So normally, every good civil person is about the end than the beginning. So when you're a project manager, people are not able to read your mind. Ah, this man, we don't understand him. What is he doing? Before they are going, you have achieved your target, because whatever you were thinking up to, they are not there to know what you want to do. So before you are aware, initially they may blame you, but eventually they may understand you. So one man dealt to me, said, life is lived forward, but understood backwards. But if you are such a man, if you're a leader and everybody can read your mind, and, oh, this man, if he does this, this is what he's going to do. If this mother, she does this, what he's going to do, and you become readable. But you should be able to focus on the end point of where you want to go, where nobody has an idea. The project manager is a manager and a leader. A leader is one who doesn't complain. When people are crying, he's smiling, because he's always having the risk plan, the risk management plan. He's always having the emergency plan. So if this happens, this is going to be the solution. So if you're a leader and a manager, this is how you should be. Things should not be taking you by surprise. Though you may have some shocks, there should be some shock absorbers to receive your shock. Now, let's say from giving state of a good project manager, if you have the project, you like the project, you should be able to manage and have effective change. You should be tolerant towards ambiguity. It's not that whatever you say is final. No, accept people own, because at the end of the day, when a project is successful, it's you that they are going to mention your name. But if you don't want people to bring down the idea,
about this road.
then
It's a rough road.
at times you can pick the knowledge. You can harness the knowledge from your labelers, and they can give you what is good. In the northern region, a certain mining engineer went a geologist for exploration. They dug the hole that they couldn't get what they want. So the neighbor said, Masapa, I had the M40 dino. That's where the gold is. So he started doing that, and he had a lot of gold. So listening is very, very important. Listening is very, very important. Some of you don't want to take anybody's idea. No. Then you can't be a good manager. Then you should be a team builder, and you have a negotiating skills. A team builder means you don't say that because of what you have done, I will not involve you. No. You have to always separate a project from personal issue. If you have personal issue with somebody, when it comes to project and that person is your team member, forget that personal issue immediately and work as if nothing is happening. Then after the project time, you can go back and do your fighting. So we are saying that the project manager should be a team builder and be able to have the negotiating skill to lobby for better things. He must be a customer first oriented and adhere to priorities of business. He must also acquire the knowledge of the industry. Some people that I was picking them for some institution, I asked them when they come, the first question I asked is, tell me something about this company. And they are there, they can't say anything. You want to work here, and you don't know anything about us. So why are you here? You see, the economy is hard. I must get a job to do. And if you say economy hard, you must get a job to do. I'll be sitting home, I don't do anything. Me, I won't pick you. If I'm sitting on any board, I won't pick you because you don't have the company at heart. But because you are sitting home, you have nothing to do. That's why to come and spoil. So when such a person is in your company, he's always interested in the money. Project manager shouldn't think about money. He should think about ideas. Today I read something and it was very powerful. He says that money doesn't think about ideas. It is ideas that generate money. Money do not generate idea, but idea generate money. So my wife, I think you know her, she's engineer Jamra, who always say that get the problem solved, identify a problem, and begin to solve it. And the people will follow you with money. But if you look for money first, you cannot be a good manager. A good manager is always thinking about salary and payment. But a good manager should be able to think about the work. You should have the knowledge of the industry, knowledge about what he's doing, the technology. So even if it's your small boy who is doing it, get the gist of it. Learn everything small. Learn everything about something and something about everything so that you can talk. You don't have to always say that, me, I'm a boss. I want money. I want money. I want money. I remember there was a big man. They gave him a job as a director of development, and they brought him a big chair, executive chair, that can massage the back and so. The man went to see the chair at the office. He told them, please come and change my chair. My chair will make me lazy. This chair is so comfortable that if I sit, I'll get back like this and enjoy as a big man. No, I'm here to work. Give me a chair that is not comfortable that can let me work, because I'm here to execute my project. When you finish a project and it's successful, everybody will clap. And when the clap comes, you see that money will flow. So, my dear people, get the knowledge first and don't think about money. So the golden rules, will skip that one. And I will come to the PM knowledge areas. Then after that, I'll define the SMART for you and we are done. And I'll give you platform to ask questions. So every project management has 9 management areas. We can go into very details at appropriate time. The integration management, that is fitting everything together. The planning and project changes. You want to build a house, you've not planned. So when somebody comes to me that I should help him with the building house, how much is your budget? Do you have the money sitting? Because I don't want to start the work and stop, then we seek any hole. No. I must be able to make sure that I get to. For surveying and planning job, I tell my client I don't want to go beyond 3 months, so that I'll be able to offload this project and go to another one. So we have to fit everything together. You have to plan and make sure that when the project change, you are there to solve. Then you have to know the scope of what you're doing. There are so many conflicting courts about projects because they did not spell out the scope well. Construct a building, and that's all. Do this, and that is all. And when somebody is giving you a job, you should be able to know the scope, the breakdown of what you are doing, and whether the person is happy or not. You should be able. You don't want to say that I tell my carpenters that and my mason that, look, if it is 26 that you want to charge me, let me know. Don't assume that if you say 20, I will not get money to pay. So you say 10. Then when you do it and you get to the middle of the 10, say, oh, add 5. And add 5. Because that time, it has already started. And if you don't pay, the thing is getting spoiled. Yes, you do that, you get your money, but you will not be called again. So tell the person, this is what I want to do. Be able to also reject projects if the scope is not clearly stated. One time, someone said the roofing, we should detect detection of some roofing and also repairs. We charge him. He compared our charge to somebody who charged even less, about half of it. And they gave them job to that person. So, Mr. No, Dr. German, even these people are charging it, so why don't you say, no, go and give the job to them? I am not an option, I'm a choice. You should be able to believe in me and say that whatever you are doing, I'm going to pay. So the guy went to do the work and the woman has come crying. The guy has spoiled the whole thing. Recently, I have a jingle that was done for me by some top radio presenters in Accra. Cape Coast State were saying that, oh, we can do jingles. I know, yeah, that is the normal jingles. 500 Ghana, 1,000 Swiss Ghana, 200 Ghana. But I said, look, I've been using this jingle. Now I want to move on. So I went for the expensive one. That was 6,000. And if you see the quality of the two, it is clear. So you should be able to know what you want, the scope to which you want to manage, what you want to achieve before you go in for. Other than that, you are in trouble. Then we have to project time. And I've said a lot about time, so I won't say it again. You don't manage your time if you don't do scheduling. Most of you don't have schedules. You have been doing your project work in school. You don't have schedule. You don't have timelines. How your project work is going to done and is going to be executed. You don't have schedule. You need to have schedules. Yes, and that's going to help you. Then you need to have a project charter. It's going to help you. With the schedule to have the charter, it's help you. I made my students, I could see that some of my students, they develop a project plan. And some of them are a proposal to develop a Gary company. At this moment, you should be able to write proposals, or if you're not, we'll be able to tell you how to write proposals. Then cost. Not that we are talking about money to that you don't have to fear, you don't have to go in for the cheap thing. So anything expensive, you go, no. You have to read around, you can get something that is more manageable, that's more simpler. So you have to make sure that you are not out of court control, and your project must be a competing project, a project that is very competitive, cost competitive, so that you don't say that this money has brought the money, you know. Then quality is the best. You have to plan quality, enforce quality, ensure quality, and check quality. When people who are not engineers, like the ministers and the whatever, when they give you job, oh yes, hey, don't worry, no, insist and ensure. At times, engineers are afraid that they will lose the job, so they go by what the client is saying. But in project management, the 9 areas say you have to ensure quality. Then human resources, I've talked about, choose the best team you can work with. It's better for you to work hard with a good team, you can pay them well, than to hire cheap labor, they're not able to do the work for you well. Hire good people who can do the work for you well, and you pay them. If the profit margin is small, it's better. If the profit margin is small, it's better. So you can get other projects. But one project, you want to use it to build house, or to use it to do everything in this world, then it will be poor project, and you are going to suffer for it. Then project communication plan too is there. As I said, know how you communicate, and be very tolerant, and be very have a very good listening ear, and you can do everything. Then the project risk management, have a risk plan. The risk plan, Engineer Miriam taught us how to establish a risk plan. And I think that the organizers one day bring Engineer Miriam to establish a risk plan. So that when the risk happens, you already have the plan. It's like the flight. When the flight moved from Kotoka International Airport to New York, they have actually done all the assumptions of whatever can happen along the flight. And they have provided solutions. So with the pilot, he has all the solutions that if this happens, you do this. If this happens, you do this. If this happens, you do this. That's why they have emergency landing and so on and so on. So in everything that you're doing, you have a risk plan, so that when it happens, the shock will not be too much. Sorry, and the last one is the project procurement management. It is very, very, very important. It is very, very, very important. You can do well. So quickly, I'll move on to the SMART goals, and I'll end here. I'll end here. Then next time, at the appropriate time, they can continue to execute what we did not do. We can hear now that people are saying, oh, this one is a smart mayo. This message is smart too. It's smart too. It's smart too. Now we are taking the smartness to be something bad. But when we say somebody is a smart, or when we say a smart goal or a smart project manager, this goes into a specific, measurable, agreed upon, realistic, and time-related. Your project should be specific. You yourself, you should be specific. This is me. This is what I want. This is what the project wants. Simple. My specific is that I want to achieve this. Simple. So don't be changing your style. You see somebody doing this business, then shift to this business because it's not specific. Somebody will say this, the next time he will say this. No. Somebody do this. No, be specific. Be measurable. Somebody you can rely upon. You can be relied upon. You can be trusted. People can measure you. Oh, as for Queen Andrine, when he says this, it is true. Are you getting me? As for Ernest Abedu, when he says this, you have something that's measurable. You have goals that are measurable. Like as I said, people are going to build houses, and they build houses that they can't measure. My pastor came to me. You want to establish that story building at Quantify, it was over 7 million Ghana cedis. I said, how are you going to get money? He said, hey, before that with every I like this building. This I said, no, you can't finish it. It's not measurable. When you are praying to God, you say, God, give me 1 million today. It's not measurable. You can't have 1 million. If you have it, what are you going to do with it? So when you are setting up goals, set goals you can measure. Don't overset. Don't overset goals or don't underset goals. Something that can be measured. Oh, today I want to use, for me, if I'm driving from Cape Coast to Accra, normally it's 2 hours drive, but I use 3.5 hours. It's measurable. So when I'm driving, I know that I have 3.5 hours within my time to drive. So if somebody's delaying me in the road or whatever, I'm not scared because I'm budgeted for that. I'm budgeted for that inconsistency. But if you say I want to go by 2 hours, as you are going, you're looking at traffic, I have to be here, bang, then you will die, or your hand will be amputated, or at times shock. You see, I don't know, men, unnecessary competition. When you're on road, you want to speed up, it's not necessary. Have measured goals. Don't have goals that you cannot measure. If you're not able to measure, you'll be disappointed every day. Disappointed because you have set for yourself some standards that you yourself do not qualify. So that is it. Then you must be able to agree upon anything that you are doing. You must be able to agree upon with your stakeholders, with your sponsors, so that this is good. We can do this. I remember a certain man went to town and bought a good car for the house. Then he came to the house, he called the wife. I bought a nice car. Then I go to say, car Ben will go for me. I car will be there before. The man was disappointed because he did not agree upon with the wife. So at times, the project will be good. Not that it's not good, but people will not appreciate it because it is not agreed upon. So at times you have to know when to leave the scene. Then the next one is that you have to be realistic. The realistic being you, not smart, not this, realistic, so that you can be trusted. Trust is the most important thing in life. Trust is the most important thing you can achieve. When you're able to achieve the trust, you don't have a problem. Then you must be time related. That's why successful men don't go to bed early, and they also wake up early. Time conscious. And your project must be time bound. Your project must be time related. If you have a project and you don't time it, then you're not having a smart project. So, my ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that work smarter and don't work harder. Work smarter and don't work harder. That's my last statement for you. May the Lord be with us and grant us all peace. Amen.
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 How to go to the facilitator?
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Thank you, Engineer Surveyor Dr. Jamara. We thank you so much.
Hallelujah.
But
Praise
Abel, Cab Royal, yes, moderate and take up questions for Engineer Surveyor Dr. Jamara to respond to. So you moderate.
There is Zoom classes.
Yes, okay. So please, can we have all your mics muted, please? Please let's all mute our mics. And then what will happen is that now we've got into the interactive session. And so if you have any question to ask Doc, please, you can raise your hand or you can type your question. Please, I would like to have everybody's mic muted. Yes, so kindly mute all your mics. Then it makes it easier for us to have, a great interactive moment. Okay. So please, if you have any question to ask, I would like you to just raise your hand. I will call you, and then you unmute your mic. Okay, you unmute your mic, and then you ask the question. But before that, I would like to say we've had a very interesting, very great, presentation, and Doc, we are so grateful. We are so grateful for that. So please, okay, I have two hands lifted up here. There, okay, so I have Inshiraba Atta. Do you have a question to ask? Please unmute your mic and ask a question.
Yes, please. Good evening. Thank you, Doc, so much for the wonderful speech. Please, I want to know, does project management has anything to do with Vimosa?
Please, if you can ask the question again. I think it wasn't clear.
Doc, please, I want to know. Please, Doc, I want to know, the project management has anything to do with Vimosa?
Vimosa.
Yeah. If project has anything to do with Vimosa.
What is Vimosa?
Can you explain that?
Vimosa, VMOSA.
Okay,
And what is that, please?
It's vision, mission, objective, strategy, and action plan. Does it have anything to do with project management?
Vimosa, VI. Okay, I'll answer you. Yes, let's speak about 5 questions.
Okay. So we also have one. Your name is not indicating clearly, but I see Techno I Spark 5N. Please, you can unmute your mic and then.
Yeah, please. I'm Emmanuel Akulugu. Please, I want to ask that if doctor is having any book at his disposal, that we can buy on based on project management.
Okay. So I think it's clear. You want to find out if doctor has a book on project management, so one can buy. Okay. So yeah, we have that. So I think I can add 2 more to it, or 3 more. Atu Henson, put your hand up. Your hand is up. Can you please unmute your mic and then and then ask your question. You can also enter your question at the chat session. I'll take that one too up. Okay, so please let's combine all the options available to us. Yeah, so Atu Henson, please, you can go on with your question.
Okay, so thank you, and good evening to you, the panelists and the students as well. My question is, in project management, if we are to put in order the quality, the cost, and the health and safety, how do we arrange them? Thank you.
Please come again.
Please, your question again.
The question is, in project management, if we are to arrange the cost, the quality, and health and safety. How do we arrange them? Do I put health and safety first? Do I put cost or do I put quality first? Thank you.
Okay, so cost, quality, and health and safety, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Okay, so any more question? Please, you can ask a question so that Doc can take about 5.
All right, so let me answer.
Okay.
Let me answer these 3 for the meantime. In the book, I don't have a book now. The book I have is about Ghana land in focus. I have one book that talks about land issues in Ghana, but I am compiling a project management book, so very soon it will come out.
Okay.
Then the cost, quality, and health and safety. As a matter of fact, in every project, even if the project is successful and you end up hurting yourself, it's not the best. So now health and safety is one of the key issues that should be able to do it. With the exception of the person who did the project, who established the bridge of the New York Bridge. He was able. He died. I think I've forgotten the history, but he was ill then, but he wanted to do the whole thing. So don't compromise with your health and safety. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take risks. No. Then in every project we are interested in quality. The quality is the best, because when you are you are okay in terms of health and safety, and you have a quality project, the cost doesn't come in. And that's why at times I want to always don't want to agree with the politicians. Because personally, I want to cite 2 examples of projects I've visited myself. Let's say a Sipon sports stadium, and the sports stadium in Cape Coast here. You see politicians talking about the cost. But honestly, as an engineer, I went to the Sipon stadium and I look at the facilities over there, and also went to Cape Coast Sports Stadium. They are always here. We do badminton, we do sports, it has hotels, it has so many things like Cape Coast Sports Stadium. It has restaurants, it has land for shops. But if you go to a Sipon Stadium, until they are playing football, I mean the place is empty. But when it comes to Cape Coast Stadium, now almost all lecturers go there in the morning for jogging. There's a can jog. There's a place that we do lifting and exercise gym. There was a place for boxing. The tennis ball is there. We have the place for tennis ball, badminton, volleyball, and so many things are there. So if you want to compare only the cost, you may make a mistake. That's what I'm saying, that most of the engineers, we shouldn't put our mind on auto. I don't know how to say it. Autopilot. We should be able to be objective. So the cost comes last. But if I have to arrange it, I will say health and safety, quality, and the cost. Then there'll be more, that's vision, whatever it is, they are all part of. Because as a good leader, if you don't have the vision, you can be a leader. If you don't have the innovations and initiative, you can't be a leader. So as a leader, there's so many things you should be able to acquire that will help you to achieve your target. That's why we say that many are called and few are chosen. All of us will complete school the same year, but some of us will become CEOs, and some of us will become secretaries, and some of us will become MDs, and some of us, it depends on the individual quality that we have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Doc. Please, Doc, I have 2 questions in the chat. The first one is, from Christopher Ofosu Edu. He's asking that it's preparing estimates. So it's preparing estimates, part of project management, part of project manager's job. That's what Christopher is asking. He said it's preparing estimate, part of project manager's job. And then Amofa Daniel is also asking that as a project manager, is it necessary to take risk? Is it necessary to take risk as a project manager? Daniel is also asking that as a young professional what are the, okay, so Daniel, your question didn't come very well. Okay, so Stephen is also asking that.
No, let me take Daniel's question well.
Okay, please.
After the risk.
Yes.
Is it as a project manager, do you have to do what?
He said, please, as a project manager, is it necessary to take risk?
Yeah, and the next one is what?
He said, is preparing estimates part of project manager's job?
Yeah, the third one.
The third one wasn't clear because he said, as young professionals, what are they? And then it ended. So the question wasn't clear. So probably let's make Stephen's one the third one. He said that, please, are there other project management areas aside the 9 you gave? I mean, aside the 9 you gave us, and are those 9 areas standardized for every project manager?
Okay. Thank you very much. We have the risk. You have to take risk. If you can't take risk, you can't be a successful project manager. So, but your risk must be smart. It should be specific, measurable, agreed upon, realistic, and time related. We're not saying you should take risks, so whatever it is that you are doing, no. Life is full of risks. If you don't even take risks, you wouldn't die. Because if you as you are going out, you don't know what's going to happen to you. And if you don't take risks, you can't even go to the mine underground. And you can't even climb the staircase because you don't know what's going to happen. So risk is very, very important. Then when we come to the estimate, normally the project manager is the person who puts things together, putting together. So the estimate is normally prepared by the KWS. But you should ensure that the estimate is realistic. The estimate is realistic. So me, if I'm handling projects, what I do is that if you say paint 4,000, I'll ask you which type of paint. I am specific on my paint, specific on my tiles. If you say tiles, so I'll ask you which type of tiles. If you say this, so like I always say that when you send somebody to go and buy mineral, you have not done anything. You should be specific whether you are going to buy Coke or Fanta. So the project manager, you're not supposed to even draw the plan, the building plan, or you're not supposed to even do the, but you should be able to ensure and put all of them together and make sure that they have achieved the smartness. So you should ensure that they are specific, they are measurable, they are agreed upon, they're realistic, and they are time related. Then coming to the last one, which was what? I think I've answered all.
Yes, please.
And the nine knowledge areas, yes. The 9 knowledge areas is standard. But when we are preparing a project charter, we have something called project charter. That one you have to bring the milestone. We have to bring assumptions, dependencies, deliverables. Have to bring other things in place. But mind you that when it's a project management, we are saying that the 9 knowledge areas of the PM. So that one is standard. But when you are preparing proposal, as my student has prepared, some of them have brought in the assumptions, the sponsors, the thing, the overview, the vision, the mission. That is what we consider when we are writing project proposal. Project proposal, all those things come into play. And when it's the project manager, yours is the 9 knowledge areas that take care of all the things that we are talking about. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Please. Okay. So I have probably some few sets which we can take. So please keep a question coming in. Okay. So let me pick those ones who have raised their hand. So James Date, do you your hand is up? Do you have some question to ask? You can unmute your mic here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. Please, I want to ask, as a professional in project management, can Doc share some of the strategies that he used to advertise his projects
Strategies that he used to advertise his project. Is that what you said?
Yes, please.
Doc, I hope it's clear and
it's very clear.
Okay, great.
The first thing to advertise yourself is quality. Quality. If you do quality job, you see people in the quality and honesty. You see people always referring people to you. People referring people to you. So I don't normally do radio advert. No, I don't do most TV. It depends on the type of project you're talking about. And if it is like a consumable project, you have to do advert. You have to use the quality people. That's why we are saying that in the advertising cycle, the voice count or the personality count. Okay, in Cape Coast here, they have been using the normal DJs here. But when I was not there, I was using the normal DJs. But I decided to, okay, get some money and use the big one, the Kojo Dixon and Co. And when they do advert, you could see that is superb. So the best thing to do is to do a quality job, and you have to be realistic and to be trusted by people. Then you end up, you don't even have to go all your hands that you have. So, you know, the bigger companies have normally small names, Microsoft, Catmas, the small name that has plenty things to explain plenty things. So please get it that it is the quality and honesty. And the last one is the trust in God. You have to have faith in God, and that will help you.
Okay, Doc, thanks so much. Please, I have probably the last round of questions so that we can, we can take word from both sides, and then
I need to go. My children are sleeping.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. So Michael is asking a question here that, please say, can a project manager be a lawyer? I think it can tie into one question which someone also asked at some point that. Can you be a project manager on your own, or it has to be linked to a profession? So is it something that you apply to your profession, or it can be on its own as a project manager? So someone was asking that, and I think we can connect this to it when it's even asking a sub question that, can a project manager be a lawyer? So that is one question that Michael is asking.
Coach, I believe this will be the last question.
Yes, please. Yes, this will be the last set, then we close. Okay, so someone is asking whether the Ghana building code has, it's available instead of using the PS code. Oh, it's available. It's been released on that. Can anywhere count? Okay. Yeah, I think because of time, we can take this, and then we take the rest, later on, because there will be several sessions like this where I think guys will be able to, to ask more of that. So because of our time, probably we'll take this last two, and then we'll take word from both sides, and then we can bring today's meeting to. So please don't have the floor.
Thank you very much. If you saw the advert right now, UCC, we are looking for a project manager, but we are looking for a project manager with a legal background. We're looking for somebody who is a lawyer and a project manager. If you're able to combine law and project management, you are there. So, like, for instance, my wife is a project manager, and he's reading law, because together you can prepare project charter, and you can always keep court because you know what is there in there. So that's fantastic. Number two, do you have to be a professional before you practice project management, or you can be a project management like that? As I said, it can be both. You can be a professional. Me, I'm a professional. I'm a professional surveyor and a professional geologist. I'm a geologist as well. And I've added the project management as part of my profession. So, and when it's like that, when I go to the building industry or the survey industry, I'm able to talk because I do the PM. At times, what people say is that this guy looks as if he knows all. But at times when you go and meet some people, say, hey, this guy, when he's talking, you could see some sense. Depends on where the person is perceiving you. Because the profession that you are talking, I know. But what I have that you don't have is that I have my project management concept. You are always far from people. So it's always the best. It's like the lawyers who are professionals and they go to law. When they are working, when they are talking in court, you could see that, in fact, they know what they are doing. He's a land economist, he do law, and when he's handling land cases, you can see. If the lawyer is economist and he's tackling financial case in court, you can see. So it's always the best. Me, if I will advise, always the best to grab a profession, then add a project management on top of it. But if you want to be a freelancer project manager, you may not know where to go. Though you can get jobs, but it's not specific. So that is my advice. And I think that engineer, you you release me, and appropriate time we can continue.
Okay. Okay, Doc. So thank you so much for spending this valuable time with us. I know that we've all benefited immensely from this. Wonderful presentation that you've given to us. I believe one of the things that we can all take home today is the fact that now we know what the project is, and we can now apply all the things that we've learned to touch up on it. So we are so grateful. We are so grateful that aside all your busy schedule, you've been able to make this time for us, and we are so grateful. In fact, I'm saying this on behalf of my people from all the other universities. In fact, the number that we were expecting was even more, but we thank God for what we have now. Some, because of network, they were just joining and then going back. At the end of this situation, we will be able to. At the end of this situation, we'll be able to push the actual number that attended. Okay, so we are so grateful, Doc, for making time for us. Please also, yeah.
And I've also enjoyed being with the team.
Yes.
And God bless all of us. And I'm always available for further issue of this nature. And
Thank
go
you.
home with a smart abbreviation.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful.
Thank you, Doc. God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Doc. God bless you.
Please, Engineer Henry, please, are you on? Are you?
Let's invite the chairman, Engineer Atasun, the president, to give his remarks.
Please, sir, before the president comes to make his remark, please, I would like to ask maybe one question to you directly, Engineer Watson. Like when you take like Takoradi Technical University, they have a program because we invited both the built environment and then the engineering. So we want to know those that can be your members, because for the built environment we have estate management, we have construction engineering management, and then and then they have plumbing and gas. When you come to the engineering, there we have all the engineers. We have civil, we have electrical, we have mechanical, we have renewable energy, and now they've introduced petroleum. Okay, so I know for the engineering that they will all fit, but for
for the engineering they will all fit, and when it comes to construction they also fit.
Okay.
The plumbing is mechanical. When you do building services, plumbing is part of mechanical engineering, so plumbing also fit. But the estates, no. The estates, no.
Okay.
Well, these are the people that can join the institution.
Okay. So construction technology, construction engineering management, and then the plumbing and gas, they can.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks so much for the clarification. But we'll be linking up with all the student leaders they are in fact they are both they are all great partners to this I mean to us on campus, and so through them we'll be able to get to all the students so that they can all be members of this great institution of ours. Thank you so much. So okay, I think now we can give the floor to President before probably I give the last conclusion. So President, please, you have the floor. Hello, sir. Please, do we have Mr. President, Engineer Atasono? Please, do we have him on? Okay. Okay. So whilst we wait for him to reconnect or connect, probably network. I can't. Okay. So whilst we wait for him, probably I can chip in this before he comes, so that when immediately I spot, I can relieve off to him. Okay, so for the students in Takoradi Technical University, I want to pass this quick information to you. Our training, I mean, for the Autodesk training is coming off this Monday, and we've also made an arrangement. This morning we had a discussion with the Vice Chancellor, and we have secured your computer lab for the first for the first 2 weeks. We want to do intensive training for you, so that when normal academic work begins, you are going to have that kind of, I mean, if you think we are juggling between the computer labs, we wouldn't have any difficulty. We've also been able to secure, in fact, Autodesk is delivering 100 computers to Takoradi Technical University, as you've all registered for it. So I want to encourage all those that have not registered yet, please, let's get it up so that we'll be able to meet the target and then take the computers to your school. We are also trying to make similar arrangement for Cape Coast Technical University, and then the rest of the institutions which we have. And those that have not made their payments to, please, you can do that token, the certification fee which you have to pay. Please get that. From Monday, our team will be on campus. You can come for a software installation, and then we will start with the technology bit first, and then we will zoom now into the skills part, and then we'll be able to have a fruitful meeting. So we are on Monday 17th, we are going to be fully on campus, and we are starting it right away. So from Friday, the timetable will be released, and then you will know when you come in. Please, let's all get ready for that. Okay, so please, at this point, do we have Mr. President around?
If he's not there, Engineer Donko is Engineer Donko too on the Executive Secretary.
Okay, so please, Engineer Donko, please, are you on? Okay, I think we've lost also him. Also.
We've lost. Okay, then let me close it.
Okay, please.
I think this meeting has been a very successful one. As I initially said, the facilitator, we all have seen his delivery, such a wonderful delivery. We are going to have 3 of these sections to complete the project management topics. We, the Institution of Engineering and Technology, we are there to help these young and upcoming engineers. We want to prepare you for future jobs, and the training must start now. We don't want you to come out to be found wanting. That's why we've joined with Cap Royale to give you a series of seminars in the field of engineering profession. Engineering is not learning engineering alone. And as a professional, you must as well know something about management. That's why we are bringing all these programs which cut across all the engineering fields so that every engineer will benefit from it. We are going to give out certificates, and the certificate will be in the name of Institution of Engineering and Technology and Cap Royale. And the certificate will have professional development points. These points will add up to your CV, so that if you go out and present your CV, it will be known that you have some training from professional institution. So we will encourage you to spread the good news to your other colleagues so that they will all join for the next session. We thank you for your cooperation and your attendance. We are very much grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And but on behalf of all the participants, all the students that that participated today, we are saying very big thank you to IET, the Institution of Engineering and Technology, for making, for partnering us to make this program a success. You've said it all. And the students are going to get more than more than expected, because you see, we've always had this point that, as you said, we don't have to wait for them to come out before we try to make them who we want to or what we want them to be. But this time, whilst they are in school, we want to give them the opportunity to obtain these valuable skills so that when they come out, in fact, even before they come out, they are industry ready. So I thank you all for coming. I think we can comfortably the lectures around, except that the name kept flashing. Some of you, your faces will be familiar, so I was able to identify. But all those that participated, the lecturers, the dean, that I couldn't make you up. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. So thank you so much. I think we can end the meeting here. Thank you all. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Hey, so do we have some guys from Takrady? Please, yeah, just say hi to me if you are from Takrady.
Hi.
Wow.
Hi.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So what of Cape Coast? What of Cape Coast?
TTU boys, TTU boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
Hi.
Yes. Hi.
Oh, okay.
Engineer.
Great. Yeah, I can see Mr. Kwesi here.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, so that's Cape.
Cape Coast. Engineer Juma, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too.
God bless you.
Thank you too. And then did we get people from Central University? Central University.
Where you at? Hi.
I'm getting the same Takrady boys. Central